Good afternoon. What happened in Las Vegas today? Tonight we are back at the Jazz Cabaret out at the Smith Center, and we're here to see Conversations with Norm. Norm is going to be interviewing Clint Holmes and Earl Turner. They're going to be talking a lot about their new show called Soundtracks. You can see the review on what happened in Las Vegas today. And you can see I have some awesome guests with me. I have Mary there in the middle. Mary has a vegan channel and what's the other channel on cancer?
Oh, no.
Oh, you don't do that?
No, that's Alvin's. I just help out with the food videos.
Okay.
Yeah. But I do a dog treat channel that I have to get back to, so yeah.
Okay, so and what's your channel on?
It's called Spilling the Beans, and it is whole food, plant-based, vegan diet. It's about weight loss and healing diabetes through a whole food, plant-based diet, and it's pretty good. So, and I also have a vegan dog treat channel, Easy Vegan Dog Treats. So,
all right, I'm gonna have to get Nala on those. For those of you who watch my other channel, What Happened to the World Today, you've seen Nala on there. Mm-hmm. So we'll start making her some vegan dog treats. She loves all my vegan food that I eat.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
Dogs can be vegan.
I'm still learning.
I have three.
I'm dragging Keith kicking and screaming.
I hope so.
He's doing good though. But there's our familiar face, Keith. Pay attention to that face. You're going to see more of that. And we'll have an upcoming review of his movie. That is Party Bus to Hell or Bus Party to Hell, because they changed it because B is before P, so it sorts higher. So it's Bus Party to Hell. We're going to go to the premiere of that, so you'll see a review of that up on What Happened in Las Vegas today. So how you doing today, Keith?
I am doing awesome. Can't wait to see the show.
Great. Yeah. It's a great show. Norm does this once a quarter, so we'll get some footage from the show, and then we'll talk to you afterwards and let you know what we thought.
But you can't stay here. And Harry evidently had no idea that that was, part of anything. And he asked to see the man who booked him, and he was the owner of the hotel. They called him. He came over, and Harry said, I'm staying here. And the hotel owner actually had to apologize and say, no, you can't. So it was so bad in those days that a performer of the stature of Harry Belafonte and Sammy, of course, and these people, actually in a face-to-face confrontation with the person who brought him here, were told, you can't stay here. And then, of course, he did a week and sold out every single show and left after the show and went back to North Las Vegas. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. You guys familiar with the Treniers, right?
Yeah.
I've had an opportunity, a chance to sit and talk with Skip Trenier on a couple of occasions. And I remember that he told me specifically that when they were performing in Las Vegas initially in the early years, they came to the casino dressed. They went on the stage dressed, and then they were not allowed to stay inside the casino on their break. They had to go outside and sit in the pool area that they weren't allowed to get in the pool and swim in the pool. That was one of the stories. There was a story about Dorothy Danger that she supposedly put her toe in the pool and they drained it. And that happened on a number of occasions. There was a story about Willie Mays being in the casino, and one of the security guards said, you're going to have to leave. And the guy that was with him, the white guy that was with him, said, do you know who he is? He said, yes, I know who he is, and he's got to leave.
I met this guy in the lounge at the Rio. And man, you're walking through a casino and you see people hanging around slot machines listening to something because they can't get into the venue, and you see a guy in there just killing it in a canary yellow suit. And I mean, killing it. Frankie Marino tells a story about when he first saw Earl, and he said he was doing push-ups to keep himself going.
That was a long time ago.
Now he does a push-up. It's the Earl Turner biathlon, push-ups and stand-ups. That's frustration.
One of the things I think is really important for locals to know, and it's difficult for us, unless we're entertaining out-of-town guests, people who come in, to go to the Strip. But one of the things that you need to know in terms of local performers, particularly in the lounges, is that oftentimes they are hired or fired based on the beverage revenue. So in other words, if they're paying a band $2,500 a night, they expect you to meet that threshold in beverage sales. So what appears to be free oftentimes isn't.
What nights do you guys we're there. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week.
Yeah, this Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
And the concept of our show, if I may, is just to take two old guys and two lifelong entertainers and bring our energy and our spirit and our shared music and put it on stage together. And the interesting thing that's happened is that, and I'm not quite sure exactly why, but audiences are energized from the minute we walk on. It's, each of us have worked a lot of shows where you come out and you got to work a while before people can relax and go with you. For whatever reason in this show, it's instantaneous.
They seem to be with us.
That's what I mean, from BAM,
They want us to be good.
I'm not sure you're satisfied that, but they're with us. It's been a great experience.
Lounges, and I was not aware that it had a tired look, because I was so excited to be a part of it, and there were so many great lounge shows, and that all the headliners were still in the showrooms, and so I didn't really I didn't feel that way about it. So, but I do know how exciting it was when Steve Wynn started putting up different hotels, and they were, so exciting and different. And I know that did give more new energy,
right.
And it was how we kept up with the change of time and kept the popularity going. So we didn't go away. So that's all I have to say. Other than, and also, by the way, in the late '80s is when I first you were here. You weren't here until '89.
I got.
You got here.
88, 89. Yeah.
Well, this gentleman, you could not get into the lounge. It was like the movie show.
Las Vegas is a viable place to go on your vacation. And so we did. That was 9/11 that started the conversation, and on 11/11, exactly 2 months later, which was Veterans Day, we put on what John and others have called the single largest show ever produced in Las Vegas. Everyone on the Strip performed, every headliner, every Cirque show, every lounge performer, with one exception, who was mentioned earlier, so I won't say Danny Gans. Everyone performed. And we had people like Britney Spears flew in for it. Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr. from the Fifth Dimension flew in for it. One person, I won't say, on the top row who kept wanting to do this in the photo. Nobody else is doing this. There is none of this going on. The one guy is doing this. It was a guy. It was a guy. And so, where's Jerry to tell us? I remember having to go to the photographer saying, I've heard about this thing called Photoshop. We did. Yeah, and yes, you'd see Dean Martin. His daughter Dina Martin is here in town today doing a show a little later today. And all of the celebrities performed here. So it seems perfectly natural to me to have the biggest names in show business come here. Britney, J-Lo. I mean, there's always room for J-Lo, right? The commercial
You thought about that before today.
So I think it's a natural extension of the evolution of Las Vegas. I think it's terrific, and I also think it's terrific that many of us dreamt of this being a world-class city by having a world-class performing arts center and Major League Sports. And look what's happening in Las Vegas.
Okay, so that was Norm, and conversation with Norm. What a great panel. One of the comments was it was his largest panel, and the panel got him on that and said, wait, we weren't your best panel? So it was a lot of fun hearing all of the stories about, how the shows and how the lounges and how everything in Vegas came about.
Yeah, it was actually really amazing. I mean, I've learned some of the stories throughout time, just being out here in the 4 years, but I mean, they really added to it and kind of gave the significance of Las Vegas and what it's brought to the entertainment industry.
Yeah. And what do you think, Mary?
I thought it was awesome, and what I like about it is just that these people live through a lot of it, and so it's like their experience, and I've heard some of these things, but I couldn't really put any of it into context. Yes, I know Celine was here. Yes, I know about Elvis and the Rat Pack and Frank Sinatra, but to really put it into perspective of what it's done for Las Vegas, and
I think you got a feeling
it's just,
too.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, just
Really
getting
feel
the
it.
feeling. It's really, really wonderful. I never expected, you know, such an entertaining hour and a half, really.
Yeah, and
and it was just an interview. That's the thing. It
Right.
was like, it was simple entertainment.
And it's a
Good.
one-time deal. It's the type of show that when you come to these kinds of shows, you're only going to see it this is it.
Right.
It's not going to be a recreated show. It's not like a Cirque show or anything where you go, oh, hey, we missed a performance, let's go see it again. This is a
It's
one-time
done.
deal. So you
missed
get
it.
to experience things that are just once in a lifetime. So anything else you guys want to say about the show?
No, you know, I would just want to thank you, Steve, for having me out. I mean, what a great
Yeah,
experience. I got to
thank
learn a lot
you.
about Las Vegas and know that I'm in the right place.
Great.
And I had seen this because I love coming to the Smith Center. It's one of my favorites, but I had no idea what this was about. So I was kind of like, should I, shouldn't I? And I'm really glad I did. And I can see myself coming to, you know, future conversations, which he does from time to time, but they're never the same.
Yep.
So you really don't know what's coming up, but it's good.
Yep. It's always different panels, but remember, if you're in Vegas or visiting Vegas, message me at the bottom or find me on my Facebook page, Steve Allen, and message me, let me know, hey, I want to go to a show with you. And you can come to a show with me and review it with me after the show. So from What Happened to Las Vegas, this is Steve, and we'll see you at the next show.
Have a good
Bye.
day, everyone.